Okay, in this video, I'll be demonstrating how I hydrate my vermiculite because I've been asked about 100 times. And I give the same answer every time, and I don't think people really like that answer. I always say when it feels like it's moist enough, but not too moist. And it's like, okay. I just wanted to say, for purposes of being concise, succinct, and simple, we're not going to do this many mLs of that and this many grams of this. We're just going to do parts like making a cocktail, right? So we're going to do parts like making a cocktail, and it's a lot easier for everybody to understand no matter what unit of measurement they prefer or use. So we're going to say this is one part and this is one part. I buy my vermiculite 4 cubic feet at a time, and the bag is almost as tall as I am. So you don't have to start big. You don't have to come out with your thing swinging right away. You can start small like this, where it's easy to manage and it's easy to gauge and it's easy to write notes on, right? So we say we did this many parts of vermiculite, that many parts of water, and it should work on a larger scale no matter what. So I'm going to go ahead and put in 1 part of vermiculite. Hopefully this bowl's big enough. So vermiculite is really dusty. I recommend wearing a mask with this and gloves because it gets really cakey too, like under your fingernails. And so now we're going to start mixing parts of water with my cute little whisk from my hair coloring stuff. Until we get to the consistency we want. This is the extra large. I think I'm only going to need one to one actually. This is strange. Might take some time to soak up the water. All right, so we're going to wait about 5 minutes on this, and we'll come back in 5 minutes and see what happens. Okay, as you can see, not much has changed. It's still pretty soupy. It's been 5 minutes. So I'm going to go ahead and add another part of vermiculite. But just so you guys all know, like chances are when you do your mixing, because you're not going to be using extra coarse, because that's just what I wanted to try just once. This is what trial and error looks like, right? So it's starting small, trying, like, hey, asking a question, what happens if whatever the thing is, and then try it out. Like everybody wants to take to the internet and ask everybody questions, but try it and see. You know what I mean? Like, what's the worst that can happen? You fail? Ooh, oh no, you want to learn something that day. So I'm going to go ahead and add the other vermiculite to this soupy stuff. Oh, definitely need to add more water to that. Oh no, maybe not. This is the texture that I like it to be, where it's not super wet, but it's also not dry either. That's the only way I can describe it. So for mine, for the super coarse, it's 2 vermiculite and 1 part water. Just do trial and error. Start small. You know, find something that you've got 2 of that are the same size, and just start small and try it out. Mix it. So you want it to be kind of fluffy, not too wet, not too dry, and that's your mixture. How you do your mixture is going to be different because you're using a different grade vermiculite. I'm using super coarse because I'm retarded. So I'm going to move this all over to where my stuff is, and then we'll reconvene over there. The main reason I wanted to show you this part of the process is so you can see just how dusty this stuff is. I'm wearing a mask and gloves here, and really this should be done in a well-ventilated area. So I pour in a little bit of vermiculite, well, a lot, I guess, and then I spray down the whole area with water just to weigh down those particles because it's really, really dusty. And somebody turned off her microphone when she was recording this video, so I'm putting this audio in post-production. So I spray down the area, and then I pour in more vermiculite. So I got 2 buckets of vermiculite. And remember, we're doing everything in parts, so it doesn't matter if it's buckets or cups. Just 2 to 1 for me, for this particular grade of vermiculite. But look at how dusty that is, my gosh. So spray down the area, weigh down those particles. And then I believe I just add water after that. And no comments about my socks with sandals and my outfit. I'm wearing pajamas. Well, I'm wearing work clothes, pajamas, I guess, work clothes, whatever. All right, so I just add my bucket of water. I think I give it a good mix. And then I just put the lid on. This is a former modified tub that I used to use. That's not micropore tape over those holes. That's white duct tape to make sure it's watertight. Yeah, and I just stir it up and put the lid on. That's basically all you have to do with vermiculite. So probably what I'm going to end up doing is supplementing this with some medium grade. We'll just see what happens. I think seeing what happens is an important part of learning. And so don't be afraid to just try. I mean, if you fail, great. I hope you do. Because that's how I learned almost everything I know from failing a lot and paying attention to what the mistakes were, what the failures were, what I did. And so I hope you fail. I hope you fail many, many times because then you'll be able to learn things and really learn them, commit them to memory. You know, you're doing it from your heart now. So just trial and error, man. Just try it and see. Rather than asking a bunch of people, what did you, well, how much is this? What's your ratio of water to whatever? Ask yourself a question and test it. Test your hypothesis. You know, if you think it takes this much water, try that much water. If you need more, add more. If you need less, don't do so much next time. But try it out. It's a trial and error thing. It's science, right? Try it and see what works in your circumstance. So failure is not the worst thing that can happen. And I am done.